There's no inspirational takeaway. It's 7 questions, and it's about. Well, let's go through it. I know when I haven't seen the other 6. I've only seen the first one, but it like stopped me in my tracks.
Oh wow, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I mean, we all think about different stuff, but it's definitely something I don't think about at all. So I was like, I don't even know how to answer this, and I thought, wow, that's powerful.
Seven questions to ask your father
I
before
recognise
it's
this
too
guy.
late. Number 1. What is your best memory of your own father and grandfather?
Oh wow, wow, that is an emotional gut punch. That's never
Straight into it, though.
it's never occurred to me, man. Yeah, wow.
I mean, this is a question to ask your father about what is their best memory of their father and their grandfather. But I was thinking about it, how would I answer it if my kid asked me this? So what would I say about my dad? And I was stumped. I mean, I'm not going to go into details in the video. I mean, I've reconnected with my parents, but I did disconnect for a period of time. So it's not that I harbour bad feelings. There's just it's not something that I dwell on.
Yeah, and for a lot of us, it hasn't been a smooth road.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very powerful question. Yeah, absolutely.
And I tell you what, I'm actually willing to have this conversation with my dad. Yeah, I'm curious. I think it's actually definitely a way to connect because this is definitely about them. I mean, my son wouldn't be able to answer this on my behalf about, yeah.
Number 2. What did you have as a child that kids today are missing?
Far out. Like,
Wow.
that, yeah. Man, these are 2 heavy hitters, though.
These are serious. Look, just to skirt around this one, I do think we had a different experience to kids of today.
Yeah.
We didn't have all the technology. The social dynamics weren't as nuclear, and childcare wasn't as big a thing. Sometimes, like there was different subtle societal differences that meant that the experience is a bit different.
Yeah, not to be facetious, but just based on how we've had the topics about intervention coaching suffering. It's not that kids today don't suffer. Of course, they do suffer. In some ways, they suffer worse. But it's the point in their life when they suffer that's changed. It's been a lot more focused to remove it from an early age and, wrap kids in cotton wool and not have exposure to certain risks. For me personally, I think that's missing. And the reason I raise that is I'm really curious what the current lot of sub 10-year-olds will be like when they're 30 and this life experience component that is done at a later age, what impact that has. My guess is that it's going to lead to people that are, more specialized maturity than general wisdom is how I'd frame it.
Yeah.
Because they haven't had a as rounded set of experiences. I mean, yeah, okay, is it nice having... Is it nice that more kids can go to school and not be physically bullied? I assume that's the case. It seems to be at least the schools that I'm involved with. But at the same time, unfortunately, there's different rules for different people, and some people need to learn in a language that they understand, which means some people do need to have exposure that's not as desirable.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my unfortunate take.
Unfortunately, yeah. For various different factors and reasons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ready?
Yep.
I guess the counter to that is it was assumed for a long time that you could educate a horse by, tapping whatever it is.
Whipping it or whatever it is.
Yeah. Whereas now that's considered known. They had one of the Olympians, I think, was banned from competing because they were caught on video.
Oh, abusing the horse or whatnot. Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe I just have an outdated mindset. Who knows?
Well, this is similar to, and I'm drawing a long bow here, but these corrections that we're getting in the form of these pop psych theories like blue pill, red pill, black pill. You know, I see some of these things as saying, well, hey, you were raised in a bubble and taught, you know, the human animalistic impulses and biological stuff doesn't matter. It's the content of character. But then the hard reality in the real world, outside of the bubbles of primary school, high school, or the PC corporate environment, they're bumping into the fact that they're having to use a different language with certain people or in certain environments, you know. And I think that's something we always need to be cognizant of, that we're biological creatures and some realities need to be managed according to that foundation. Doesn't mean we can't aspire to be a kinder society, but like with the violence thing, you know, there's always an undertone or undercurrent of violence.
Yeah.
But we need to give them the skills to understand what suffering is acceptable versus what, you know, things like that.
Yeah. How much do you take on your own versus when do you ask for help?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, I just realised the answer to this question. What are kids missing today? That's a fucking easy answer. Affordable housing.
Touche. Absolutely. Yeah.
But I reckon most generations of people are going to say suffering because everyone loves to say my generation had it harder. But, you know, there's different things that are easy and hard.
Yeah, exactly. It changes. Why does it have to be the same stuff?
Yeah. There are definitely some things about life today, especially with distractions and the way things are programmed to be addictive.
Yeah, the psychological manipulation built into
that former generations had never had to deal with before. And they're dealing with an age of maturity and they still get addicted to Candy Crush.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you're met with someone or systems that are there to manipulate your dopamine responses, like it's a lot tougher. Absolutely. The paradigm has shifted. And housing.
Yeah.
As parents, you're going to help out your kids.
Yeah, but kids can't help out parents. All right, you ready?
Yeah.